What's up, guys? Welcome to Tales of Nerdia. Today we're talking about Chapter 354 of Hunter x Hunter. Real exciting chapter. There's a lot going on here. I'm going to explain it to you as we go through the chapter. We're going to have to jump back a little bit to 352 to understand what abilities Chrollo is using. By the way, it's 4 at once now, not 3. But let's get right into it. So now it is clear what Hisoka did. He had 2 heads, one attached to his left hand, one to his left foot. That's what he used to attack Chrollo at the end of the last chapter. And speaking of which, the last panel in that chapter seems to have been reused twice in this chapter, which is a little unnerving, but let's not go into hypothesizing on if Togashi may need a little break. But we did have some good art on the first page, where it describes, the chapter is named Head, and it kind of describes, oh, the head weighs this much, it's like a bowling ball, so just making the audience aware that Hisoka has a pretty sweet weapon that he's using right now. And it looks like he was using that weapon to try and get the book out of Chrollo's hand, and when Chrollo still has it in his hand, Hisoka kind of gives him props, said, hey, I'm surprised you didn't drop that. And you see the little heart symbol on that dialogue, so he is giving him, he's admiring him for that. But now Hisoka is using that head to attack, and you see just like his big-ass arm. It looks like he's using some enhancement abilities there. He's whipping this around, destroying copies, trying to get to Chrollo. Chrollo uses this opportunity to retreat into the audience, and that's where we're going to stop for a second. Okay? I believe that at this point, up until this point, we have been seeing the real Chrollo. While he has the book in his hand, that's the real Chrollo. And here's how I came to that conclusion. I'm sure many of you did as well, but let's go into it. So at the beginning of the fight, when Chrollo retreated into the audience, he used Black Voice to put the pins in these 2 audience members to block Hisoka's view, puts the bookmark in it, switches to Convert Hands so he could disguise himself. Now he's hidden. After Hisoka kills those audience members, he doesn't see the pins anywhere. And I believe that's simply because Chrollo switched pages or took the bookmark out. I don't see why that was so confusing to Hisoka, but it was. So now, he's hidden himself. While he's hiding with Convert Hands, he looks like an audience member. That's when he steals someone's clothes to disguise himself. Releases Convert Hands. Now he's not using any abilities. Now is when he puts the bookmark in Gallery Fake, starts making a ton of fakes while he has the page open to Sun and Moon. So he makes these copies real quick. They're probably all the audience members are probably pretty close to each other when he does this, but you know, we've seen how fast these characters are. He could have just been super fast because after he does all that, he can get rid of Gallery Fake and Sun and Moon. That's revealed at the end of this chapter, but we need to talk about it right now. So Sun and Moon, the symbols will not disappear until the ability has been completely used, until the explosion happens. And he only has to put 1 symbol there. So he can have Gallery Fake, the bookmark in Gallery Fake, 1 page open to the Sun and Moon, and only use 1 hand to put these symbols on all these fakes. So the fakes will not disappear as long as that symbol is there, which lets Chrollo take the bookmark out of Gallery Fake. So now is when he quickly switches to Order Stamp. Either he can get rid of Sun and Moon and Gallery Fake. He doesn't have to keep either of those open or with the bookmark. Switches to Order Stamp and puts the Order Stamp on all these puppets. I believe he did this really fast. He would have to. So throughout Chapter 353, last week's chapter, all he is using is Order Stamp. He does have access to 1 more ability, and that would either be Convert Hands or Black Voice. I don't think he was really using those unless he had Black Voice active and was being sneaky with it, but not really sure. Back to this chapter. Chrollo retreats into the audience. He still has Order Stamp active. Hisoka keeps 1 of the copies alive to understand when Chrollo deactivates Order Stamp. And that's exactly what happens. He does deactivate it. So now he has 2 abilities that he can use. And what does he use? He uses Convert Hands. I believe he puts the bookmark in Convert Hands, puts it in his shirt, quickly swaps his image with someone else. So now he looks different and someone looks like him. Then he opens the page, bookmark is still in Convert Hands, he opens the page to Black Voice, puts a pin in the person who looks like him, and that is who we see after Chrollo jumped into the audience. So at this point, we're no longer fighting, Hisoka is no longer fighting the real Chrollo, but he jumps into the audience, he goes in for the attack. There's some analysis there in Hisoka's mind of what he thinks is going on, but at this point, it seems like he can't figure it out. So Hisoka notices that fake Chrollo, has one hand hidden in his sleeve and the other in his jacket, and Hisoka doesn't realize it, but it's because the fake cannot hold the book. But Hisoka is a little unsure, but he doesn't hesitate, he still goes in for the attack, swinging that head around, and he uses that to kind of get Chrollo, the fake Chrollo, to dodge in a certain direction, and when he does that, he flings a ton of audience members with bungee gum, kind of like a slingshot, right at Chrollo. And we have seen this before when he was fighting Goto, the Zoldik's butler. It was very similar. He used that to slingshot the coins back at Goto. After flinging those audience members at Chrollo, he throws the head at him, and Chrollo dodges, and the announcer says, like, oh, he missed, but that was also Hisoka's intention. He gets Chrollo airborne, and he reveals that he attached a bungee gum to Chrollo's leg. Here's another very important part. We see a panel that's very blackish, and there's just some dialogue on there that says something like, it's impossible, when did he do that? I believe that's the real Chrollo's thoughts, which is why it's not showing the face of fake Chrollo in that panel. That is the real Chrollo's thoughts somewhere hidden in the audience. Now Hisoka draws in the fake Chrollo with his bungee gum, smashes him in the back with that head, and fake Chrollo slams to the ground. Ooh, I shook the camera. So it looks like Chrollo is defeated, in Hisoka's mind, but then it's revealed that this is a copy. Or, not a copy, it is a audience member with Convert Hands and Black Voice. Hisoka pulls the pin out, a little confused, and then he realizes Sun and Moon. That's what's been driving this whole fight. I don't know when if he realized he was facing the real Chrollo in the beginning and the fake Chrollo at the end, but I'm sure if I figured that out, I'm sure he figured it out. And again, with this last panel, it's not Hisoka excited to start the battle, like 2 chapters ago. It's not Hisoka excited because he tricked Chrollo. Now Hisoka is pissed. He is frustrated with this fight. It seems like maybe he overestimated himself, or he's finally got to the point where he's gonna go 100% serious, or maybe just go crazy like he did in the Hunter exam. And I gotta say, I cannot wait for this next chapter again. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Next week, stay tuned. I'm gonna do a live reaction because these are so action-packed and there's so many surprises going on. I want to try that out, do a live reaction, and then if an analysis is necessary, we'll also do the post-live reaction. We'll see. But anyway, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's talk about the chapter, what you think's going to happen next week. And follow me on my other social media. I'm on Twitter, MyAnimeList, Instagram. Go ahead and follow me there. Thanks, guys. See you next week. Bye.